The child was bundled quite well in woolen wraps, while the woman herself was pathetically ill-equipped for winter journeys at these northern latitudes, wearing an old, faded, ready-made coat that was far too small for her, dirty cotton stockings, and shabby boots that would normally have been laced up to mid-calf, except that now one of the laces was broken, leaving half the shaft hanging loosely against her leg. Around her head she had tied a paltry cloth. In one hand she held the hand of her child, and in the other a small sack containing her worldly possessions. She stared fearfully at the boat as it bobbed up and down in the swell. "Down with you, woman," said the man.
"God help us, Salka, if we're supposed to go down there."
"Well, it's pointless hanging about there like shark bait in the shade," said the man. One of the steamer's crew members gave the child a hand in starting down the rope ladder, and a boatman climbed halfway up it and helped her descend into the boat. "Mama, I made it," said the child. "It was terribly fun." Then they passed the woman down in the same manner. She was heavy and broad-waisted, with stocky legs and beefy loins. In short, quite a corpulent woman. Her face was gray and peaked from her discomfort and vomiting, while her hands were all red and swollen, like pickled meat freshly boiled. Mother and daughter were seated on a thwart opposite one of the rowers. The woman held her sack snug in her lap to keep it from getting wet. It was just an ordinary 100-pound gunny sack that appeared to contain a small coffer and perhaps a few scraps of clothing. The waves rose and fell. The empty boat rocked mercilessly, and the woman stared fearfully into the darkness, while the girl at her side felt safe as could be. As the boat rose on the next wave, the girl asked her mother, "Mama, why are we going ashore here? Why aren't we continuing south?" The woman clung desperately to the thwart as the boat slid into the next trough, turned her anguished face away from the spray and blowing snow, and finally replied,
"We'll try staying here for a while before going south in the spring."
"Why aren't we going south straight away, as you said? I'd been so looking forward to going to Reykjavik." At a glance, the most peculiar thing about this girl was her deep voice, which sounded almost like a man's. She had the nervous habit of screwing up her eyes and mouth, both when she spoke and when she said nothing. She would occasionally toss her head and could never keep her legs and feet still. Her whole body roiled with unruly vitality. "Ever since we left, I've been looking forward to coming to Reykjavik and seeing those big painted houses and those pretty rooms with pictures on the walls that you spoke of, Mama. I want to live in such a room. And everyone in their Sunday best, Mama, always? Or maybe it isn't true, then?"
"Yes, it's true. But we can't go any farther just now, Salka dear. I'm so unwell. We'll stay here for the winter and try to find something to occupy us. Then in the spring we'll go south to all the fine weather."
"So the weather is always fine in the south?"
"No, Mama. We should go on now. It's only 5 more days. I'm so unwell, and it will make no difference to us if we wait here until the spring. I know that we'll make it together as we've always done. Don't be angry with your mother, even if she's unable to go to Reykjavik straight away with her darling Salka. We must always be good friends."
"Yes, Mama, but it's still a terrible pity."
Then the rower opposite them spoke up, looking at the girl.
"We must walk in the ways of God."
The girl looked at him in the dull glow of the lantern in the stern, scowled, and said nothing. And at this pious declaration, the two travelers' talk about their destination came to an end. When it seemed to the rower that his remark had fallen on deaf ears, it was as if he felt he ought to find some excuse for having stuck his nose into the private affairs of his passengers.
"Well,